Well, it has taken a long time for me to get this shot. Hoo-wee. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, oh, I'm working on projects, of course. I've got everything in disarray. Got my fashion design book here. Manual, text manual. Says, now I need my glasses. Unauthorized. It says, circulation of this edition outside the Indian subcontinent is unauthorized. For those of you who have this book. But I got it on Amazon. So I'm going to set that right over there. BodyCon I'm working on. That's going to be a little bit later. I don't have time. Sleeves for another project, and the bodice. I made these. This BodyCon contoured piece was from school. I made these via the flat pattern making in the fashion design book. Manual. Text. One of my last videos, it's on my YouTube channel. I was knocking this compression vest off with this. I'm a scatterbrain. Anyways, what I'm going to do now is switch up a little bit. And I'm switching up because that's a garment and supplies. This is a vest. I'm switching this up because I've been thinking, and this piece I thought it was in like 6 pieces, but I think it's in actually 3. I wore it so much, I wore a hole in it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah. And I think there's just the back piece and then the 2 pieces on the side which make the front. So that would be, these are the side pieces that go around, and then the back piece right there. And what I did was, on a previous video, half the pattern. See that? And I made it into 3 pieces, and I was going to cut it out. But now what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep this one still. But what I'm going to do now, this may not be large enough, is I'm just going to trace the back, the whole back piece, and then just one of these, because I can always make a second one. Matter of fact, I have it right here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So, double check. Triple check and cut once, instead of checking once and messing up a whole bunch of fabric. So, and I have messed up a lot of fabric, let me tell you. I got this on Amazon. Maybe 2 years ago. Maybe 3 years ago. I wore this baby out. I'm telling this because the label, I wore the label off of it. That's how much I wore it. See that little white spot right there? That was the label. I remember that. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's coming off. I'm not one of those people who cuts labels off and care instructions, I leave them on. But I wore this baby out. That's my phone. Hold on. I get crank calls, scammers, and all that stuff. You know how it goes. Anyways, yeah, this piece, this is the side piece right here, where my finger is. I don't know if you can see that seam. This goes up and down there. And then this is I'm getting back into this, so I'm getting all my terminology back. Call it the corset belt attachment, affixment. It's called something else, but anyway. From right here to right here is a side piece, a side panel, front panel. And then there is from here to here is the back. So I'm going to trace this out, and I already have this. I'm going to remake this vest for, as I stated in my first video, for fitness exercising, fitness running. So, what you see me doing? I'm pouring detritus, pieces that have broken up. I told you I wore this thing out. I wore this baby out, and now it's disintegrating, literally. But I don't know where it's coming from. I need my glasses. Oh. Where is that coming from? Maybe it's like it's coming from inside that hole. So there's some kind of coating on the inside, on the back panel. So there's a coating on this, on the reverse side of this, and it's disintegrating and it's coming out. Anyways, since So I already have this side panel. I'm going to cut the back panel. I'm going to knock off the back panel. And it is big enough. How about that? And I have tacks. You can't see those, can you? Sorry. Going to make a straight line. Because if my instructors are watching and I do this, I might get a DM. I graduated from fashion school at City College of San Francisco, and they were sticklers. They probably could have been a little bit more on me, but they weren't. I did graduate, so. And if they're watching, if they see this, and I don't do all, I'm getting back into the swing, so I'm gonna miss a few steps. But if they saw me do this and not go through those steps, whew, they'll probably be in my DMs. So there is that. You know what? Get it right. Line this up. Like so. In case my instructors see this. See? I wore it out. I wore this idea. I did some damage to it. That's this is a cork board. I got this specifically for this purpose. Now, actually, I could grab that manual. Chapter 25, Knockoff Copying Ready-Made Designs, page 641, 647. Can you guys see that? It says knockoff copying ready-made design. Can you guys see that? Oh, And as you can see right there, they went down the middle. I went down the middle. Over there, still down the middle, along the sleeves. Knockoff method, T-tops. There's shading stuff, you know, with pencils. I know you guys can't see this. And I'm doing this because the camera is, the camcorder is 15, 20 feet from me. I got it on Amazon as well. I have a Panasonic one. I'm going to try and use that one as well. But this one, I got it for like $140 because I don't have a lot of money. But it's just, I have to put it way back over there. I was thinking about getting a camera because I didn't think I was going to be doing this. I thought I was going to be shooting like fashion shows of my designs. But I'm using it for this. That is the Panasonic Crazy Zoom. I lost a friend because of this. Yeah, she said I messed up one of her events. I guess I did, you know, I felt bad. I'll tell you that story. Anyway, I have a camcorder. This is what's filming me, a camcorder, but it's a no brand, and it's sitting way over there. So when I show you stuff, because the camera is way over there, and I'm going to try to use this and see if I can get any closer where the camcorder does not have to be 25 feet away from me. Maybe I'll get a camera, a better camera. But right now, this is what I have. Baby. Okay, so that came out. Put that back in. So I was taking these out. So as to lay the garment flat. Again, this is going to be for fitness, which is what this was used for. It's a compression vest, and it causes you to sweat, and so you should be able to, if used consistently and properly, you should be able to burn off excess fat. That was that's the gist behind this. I think I've worn it so much that even these little pieces are getting hung up. There it is. And that, well, those come off as well. Holy Willikers, Batman. Gee Willikers, Batman. Okay. Cool beans. Okay. So, well, that is gonna be. So Ultron said, "This is working out nice." Is that what he said? This is coming together nice, and the seams are lined up. So I'm going to there. I'm gonna go from the bottom. There's like little ruffles there because it's stretched out of shape. Really. On one side of the boning. The boning is all broken up. When I tell you guys. So what I plan to do thinking about this, thinking on it for a number of years. I'm going to make two. One for heat bags, and this comes under my bust, and then it covers the back. I'm going to make one for heat bags, and then one for ice bags. Now, I have peer-reviewed papers that I downloaded off the net. I was looking for something along the lines of workout regimens, and I stumbled upon this. And ever since then, it's been this fascination of mine. The papers describe, if you've seen sometimes you see them in the movies, but you see a lot in sports talk after the games and things like that, where you see the athletes jump in a pool, a tub of ice water, because they've been running and stretching and their bones and their muscles ache. So you guys know the drill. So what they found, I don't know if it was accidentally, I guess, was that exercise and continued strenuous activity and consistent exercise actually can cause white fat, bad fat, to turn into brown fat, which can then be worked off consistently through exercise and through rigorous strenuous activity. And I found a bunch of papers like that. I can show you, I can put some in the links if you guys ask. I can do that. And so I'm in a studio, and even if I was in an apartment or a house, I would have to go out and buy a tub or use my bathtub if I had a bathtub, because I could just have showers, especially in an apartment. I have a bathtub, okay, I'm not gonna go there. But if I was, in a place that did not have a bathtub, an apartment, but some apartments just do have showers, and I'm in a studio, you could buy one of those big metal tubs, or you could buy a big plastic tub, and you would necessarily have to dump ice in the tub and then fill it up with water every day, or whenever you work out. I work out 5 days a week. I run 5 days a week. So the water bill plus the ice. So you have to have an ice maker that's going to make all that ice, or you have to buy the ice. That can cost. And for you married folks, I can't imagine your wives would be happy with a metal tub being in the house. You'd have to put it in the backyard if you have that space, or out on your balcony or terrace if you're in a high-rise apartment, or even a low-rise apartment. So what I came up with was this idea. I'm going to take my vest and I'm going to knock it off, and then I'm going to put pouches in here, and I'm going to put ice bags in there for after workout. I'm going to put on the second vest, or the first vest really, actually, I'm going to take my heat cold bags, either dip them in hot water while I'm working out, or in the microwave, and then drop them into the pouches when I go for my run. I doubt very seriously if I will be wearing the pouches when I work out, because they could bust. That's my thinking. I could be wrong. But yes, I'm going to put pouches on this and then run while they're heating up, because I have a gut here. Doesn't look like it. I need to get diagnosed, but I think I have visceral fat. It's all on the inside. It isn't on the outside. And visceral fat is just as bad as external fat. but you just can't see it. But I have it. Anyway, I want to burn that fat, and I want to see. This is an experiment. Like I'm not saying it works. I have like I said, the peer-reviewed papers, and since I work out 5 days a week, I figured why not try it, and I sew. So I'm gonna put the pouches on here, and then when I work out, I'll be wearing the heat vest. And when I come back, I have ice. Ice blocks. Ice blocks. I'm gonna go get just 1 second. I'm gonna go show you guys. I should have had all this already. I didn't think I was gonna be. I didn't know. I'm new at this. But these are the ice blocks. So these pouches will be small and they'll be situated like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5. So that's a total of 10 on the back, and then 1, 2. Anyway, real estate. I'm gonna have at least maybe 10 in the back and maybe 9 in the front. I don't know, we'll see. And I'm going to see if I can knock this belly fat off. Now, like I said, I've been thinking about this for like the better part of 10, this is 2025? Since at least 2010, so better part of 15 years, I've been thinking about this. And I went to school and all that stuff. Haven't seen this out there at all. Period. Full stop. Was searching the web about 2 or 3 years ago, and I saw one with little small, because this is cold and it'll melt and it'll mess up my table. Little small 1-2 inch pouches, and they were in a grid, but it was for construction. Fast forward, just the other day, they have these vests now for fitness, and I was like, I could be angry and say I waited too long, but this is America. It's healthy competition, so it was bound to happen. So I'm gonna join the rest of the people, the manufacturers, designers, the companies that have these vests out. I don't know if I saw them on Amazon. I know I Googled them and they're out there. So I was never gonna buy those anyway. I was always gonna make my own. So this is it. The other way to knock this off will be to just take it apart. I can't use it anyway. Like I said, the boning is all broken up. It's disintegrating on the inside. The hook and eyes, the hook part, I'm literally missing a hook there, a hook there. This one is missing a hook there. This one's coming out as well. The eyes are surprisingly all intact. I could even take this off and use it. I don't know if I will, but yeah, the hooks, like I said, I did it. I'm proud of myself. I wore this MNF'er out. So, that was real quick, which is basically what I want. I have a side and I have the back. And so what in my next video, what I'll be doing is cutting these out and making a pattern with seam allowances, and then making a muslin sample, and then a sample, and then the actual garment. I will see you in the next video.